How to increase the turn up rate on your webinars. So you've done the hard work and you've got the people registered to attend your workshop. Now, if you want to increase your bottom line, you want to make sure that the most possible amount of people turn up to actually hear your webinar, see your presentation, attend your masterclass. Here are 7 ways that you can get more people to turn up for your webinar. Number 1, you want to have a good email nurture sequence. So you could be doing your registrations anywhere from 10 to 14 days out. You don't want to leave it until the day before to say it's 24 hours until we start our webinar. So a good nurture email sequence can be an email from anywhere from 1 day to 2 days in between, giving them tips and tricks and help priming them and getting them really pumped up and excited to attend your webinar. Number 2, you want to use a calendar event tool like Adevent. So when somebody actually registers for your workshop, it's automatically added to their calendar of choice. So this way you can then preempt and have reminders going off 24 hours beforehand or 15 minutes, whatever the ideal time frame. When it's in their calendar, they will be aware of it when they're actually scheduling in other events. So on top of the reminder, it will be in their calendar and they will have designated the time. So it's less likely that they actually have another appointment going on at the same time. Number 3, so Facebook ads may have gotten them to register for the workshop, but it's a really great idea to have some Facebook ads just running, nurturing them along the way, just providing even more value and just turning up everywhere. So when you're getting more value on the end where they're seeing you everywhere, they're actually like, okay, I actually want to turn up and attend this webinar. So a nurture sequence is just as important when you have somebody in your funnel on the Facebook and Instagram end, instead of just waiting until they have signed up or they're going into the retargeting sequence when you're actually doing an ask and asking for the sale. Number 4, be super active on social media, so especially Instagram stories. So if that person is brand new to your world and you start giving teasers and information, oh, I'm creating the workbook for the class, or I'm putting the finishing touches on the presentation. Does anybody have any questions? What are you expecting? Start to get them warmed up and start asking questions that you can use your presentation to actually address objections or just even provide more information about what people are actually looking for. Those changes leading up to the webinar, when it's just more information about your products, your services, how you can help them, can make all the difference in getting the people off the fence and to become a paying customer. Okay, next one, number 5. You want to make sure that if you have an online community such as a Facebook group that is part of your nurture sequence or your process enabled to get them to become a paying customer, give them access to your paid community where your tribe already are and they already know who you are, what you do, and they're your biggest cheerleader. So giving them access to the people who already know, love, and trust you is the place where you want them to go. So start priming the pump, get them in there, and even if they do not purchase and become a customer from the webinar or masterclass, they are in there and they are going to become your warm to very hot audience. So definitely make sure you get them into your funnel and into your group. Number 6, give them a reason to turn up live. Now, you want to be including a good bonus, something that is actually worth something and something that people will turn up live to get regardless of whether they purchase or not. So you want to make sure you're not waiting until the webinar. So when you're welcoming people to the webinar, you're not going to wait till then to let them know that there is a bonus. You're going to remind them that there's a bonus that they're staying on if they stay until the end and have turned up live. But you want to make sure it's all the way through your reminder email sequences. It's all the way in your signing up for the actual webinar. And don't forget, you're going to get this bonus if you turn up live. Incentivize them and increase your turn up rate. And our last but not least, messenger bots. So messenger bots are a great way to interact with people and be able to send them the push notifications so they turn up live to your event. So there are many ways to use messenger bots for your webinars. So I want to go through today is the actual part of reminding them to get them to turn up live. With messenger bots, you can send a reminder to let people know that you're going live. So this reminder automatically pushes through and will actually turn up and as a notification on the user's phone, so they know you are live. So having the ability to do this, so if you have not used a messenger bot to sign them up, you can have a messenger bot sign up on the thank you page. You can also, if you haven't had that done, use an email to be able to say, hey, sign up here to get reminders and exclusive access to some kind of freebie or another. So you can use email to be able to get them into your sequence. When they commit and they say they want to register and they're going to attend the event, you can send a message, say 24 hours beforehand, and say, hey, don't forget we're having our webinar tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Oh, and if you have a question, or I would like to know such and such and such, like if the problem or the trouble or why they're turning up, you can ask it in there. So you can start having questions and have content prepared when it comes to the frequently asked questions. But more important, you can use the information to get them off the fence and address their issues, and without them having to have the issue and you don't know about it and they didn't ask the question in the webinar. It's a good way to do it. But the best and most important one of all is we are live. A push notification sent to their phone and they can just say, yes, I want to attend, and they click through, and then you're setting off the 24-hour window. My people who know what that is, you know what it is. My other people, go check out video I have on my YouTube channel talking about how you can use webinars and messenger bots to make the most. There you have it. There are your 7 tips to get more people to turn up live to your webinar. Because remember, everything comes down to numbers. The amount of money you generate and you bring in is all got to do with how many people turn up. Because the more people that are there, the higher you're going to have a conversion rate for the people who turn up on your webinar, true to the amount of people who are actually going to purchase. If you would like more tips on how to grow your business by making data-driven decisions, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.